Welcome to the Rewards Master. Today we're going to look at the top level card from each of the domestic big airlines, Delta, United, and American. We'll look at the United Club Infinite card. We'll look at the American Airlines Executive World Elite MasterCard, and we'll look at the Delta Reserve card. Now, these are the cards you have to have if you want to get boosts on your status, or at least the best boost on your status, and if you want to get lounge access. So we're going to compare them, we're going to rank each one of them, and hopefully come up with a winner at the end. So if you would, hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll dive into this together. Okay, as we look at these top level travel cards from each of those big three US airlines, I want to look at several different categories. We're going to look at the fee, the annual fee. We're going to look at multipliers. We're going to look at credits. We're going to look at sign-up bonuses. We're going to look at perks. We're going to look at status earning with the card. And finally, we're going to look at their lounge access. And I think by comparing, we're going to give a 1 to 5 score in each of those categories for each card. And hopefully we'll come out with a winner at the end of the video. So if you would, stay tuned to the very last. So as we dive in, let's start off and let's look at the category of annual fee. Now, each of these have a little bit different annual fee, but on every one of them, it's very high. So when it comes to the United Club card, it's a $525 annual fee. And then we look at the AA Executive card, and it's a $595 annual fee, and the Delta Reserve, $650. So it's pretty easy to rank them in that way, because we're going to have a different category where we talk about credits and things that could offset some of that annual fee. But just based upon the annual fee, we can determine that United is the winner here. And so I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5 on this, because frankly, any fee that's over $500, regardless of what you're getting from it, is not a great annual fee. But for what you're getting, that's a little bit better than their competition, the other two. And so the AA Executive card, I give them a 2, and the Delta Reserve at that whopping $650, I give them just a 1 in the category of annual fees. Now, the second category we look at is multipliers. Now, this one's a little hard to determine because some of them have really good multipliers. In fact, all of them have okay, at least, multipliers when it comes to buying flights on their particular airline. But they have very different multiplier systems when it comes to purchasing other things. So when we look at the United Club card, the United card gets 4 miles per dollar on flights that you purchase with United. And that's pretty good, because that's in addition to whatever your status points are. So if you're just a regular member, you get 5 miles per dollar, and then it goes up to 7, and then 8, and then 9, and then 11. And American and Delta are going to be very similar in that. So you get those in addition. The American Airlines Executive card, it gives you, again, 4 American miles per dollar. Now, you could argue that one of these miles is better than the other. And when it comes to United and American miles are more valuable. There's just no doubting that. But United miles, especially if you use them for things like international business class, they can be pretty valuable as well. But then we get to Delta. And Delta only gives you 3 miles per dollar on Delta flights. And Delta's miles are worth far less, at least in my estimation, than the other two. Now, what about their other earning categories? Well, none of them except the United Club card have really any other categories just on things you'd go and spend on a daily basis, except it does have 2 miles per dollar when you're spending money at restaurants on dining. The others don't have a dining category. And the American Airlines Executive card has kind of a crazy multiplier in that it'll give you 10 miles per dollar when you book through their proprietary hotel portal, AA Hotels, or when you book rental cars through their portal. So that's really kind of a really good multiplier. And then Delta doesn't really have any other multipliers except just the base 1 mile per dollar on everything you spend, which is the same as United and is the same as the American Airlines card as well. So when you wrap all of that together, I think that really both the American Airlines card and the United card both have good multipliers for different reasons. That 2x on dining with United, that's pretty good. It also gives it on general travel as well. And then AA, that 10x when you're booking through their hotel portal, plus you get a whole bunch of extra loyalty points and miles, spendable miles, when you do that just in addition. Sometimes you get 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 extra. That's really good. Rental cars is good. Delta, it's just not good at all. So I'm going to rank these. I give a 3 to United, and I give a 2 to Delta out of 5. And when it comes to multipliers, I think that 10x on their hotels, I have racked up a lot of AA miles with that. And also the 10x on the rental cars, and then you also get 4x on their own flights. I think that the AA Executive Card wins this category with 4 out of 5. The next one that we look at is credits. So the credits are things that offset your annual fee. So these are things they give you back, and statement credits if you spend in a certain way that offset the annual fee. Now, the United Club card does not have much of these. It's a very, very strong weakness of the United Club card. In fact, all it really gives is, I think it gives a $100 property credit when you go and use an IHG hotel. So you get that $100. Now, all of them have like TSA, pre-check, global entry credits, so we're not going to count those. So that's really all the United Club card has. Now, the AA card, it has some pretty good credits because it gives you $10 a month with Grubhub. So you have to use it every month, but if you just do a pickup order, that's pretty easy to use. And it also gives $120 a year in credit with Avis. And then it has the worst one of the bunch, which is really strange, and you get a $10 per month Lyft credit, but you got to use it 3 times a month to get the $10. So that, I think that's kind of negated for a lot of people. So we'll kind of count that one as a third value or something. But when it comes to Delta, Delta gives really good credits on this card. I mean, it gives a Delta Stays credit. I think it's $200 on a Delta Stays credit. It gives a Resi credit at Resi restaurants. You don't have to book through their portal. You just go into the restaurant, use the card. I use that every single month, and you get $20 a month. So just those two together are $440 a year. So that's pretty good to offset the $650. So in this category, I think in last place, we have United. I'm just going to give them a 2 out of 5 because at least they give some kind of credit, just that IHG credit. But then we have the AA Executive Card, and because of those credits that you can get back, let's see, about $240 plus whatever you can get from the Lyft, that's okay. So I'll give them a 3 out of 5. And then the winner in this category, even though it doesn't quite reach to offset completely the annual fee, is the Delta Reserve, and I give them a 4 out of 5 for those outstanding credits that they give back. The next category is sign-up bonuses. And I'll just tell you, there's not a lot of difference between them. I mean, they run between 70 and 80,000. Every now and again on the Delta, it'll creep up to 90 or 100,000, but basically they're 70, 75, 80,000 with all of these. So I'm just going to give them all a 3 out of 5 across the board. So all 3 of them, United, American, and Delta, their cards get a 3 out of 5 on the sign-up bonus for that 70 to 80,000 sign-up bonus. That's pretty typical. When it comes to perks, we include things like extras that they give with the card. And when it comes to both United, their club card, and the AA Executive Card, there's not a lot of them. I mean, all of these cards are going to give you free bags for you and companions. All of them are going to give you priority boarding. The Delta card's kind of cool because it does put you on the upgrade list, even though you're never going to get an upgrade if you just have the card and no status. But still, it's kind of cool to be on the upgrade list. But when it comes to the United card and the AA card, the perks they're just, you know, kind of typical for a top level travel card. Now, the United card does give a 1-year Dash Pass membership. When it comes to the AA Executive card, it's just kind of standard fare for a top-level airline card, all the, priority boarding and all of that all of these cards give. But the Delta Reserve card gives one thing that is just incredible, and that is it provides a free companion ticket, even for Comfort Plus or First Class. Now, they're kind of hard to find sometimes, but you can find them if you look. And that is just an incredible benefit that even by itself can offset the $650 annual fee. So when we rank these, I'm going to give both United and the American card a 3 in the perks category out of 5. And I'm going to give the Delta Reserve a 5 out of 5 in the perks category because that amazing, amazing companion certificate that it provides. When it comes to status earning, all of these cards allow you to spend your way towards status, but they do it in a very different way at a very different rate. So the United card, it allows you to get one of their, I think they're called PQPs, when you spend $15 on the card. And in order to get, say, mid-level status of 10,000 PQPs, you can use this, if you fly a lot of United, you can use it to kind of top off or to add to your pool to help you get to status. But if you were just going to spend on the card and get to their mid-level status, you'd have to spend $150,000 on the card. I mean, that's just, and then with United, you got to fly some too. So theirs is definitely the worst in this category. The second worst, although it's not too terribly bad, is Delta gives you one of their medallion qualifying dollars for every $10 that you spend. And you don't have to fly, so you can earn it in this way. So the same $10,000 that you'd need for their gold, you just have to spend $100,000. Oh, only $100,000. But the grand winner in this is the American Airlines Executive card, because this one both gives you 1 loyalty point with American for every $1 that you spend on the card. And you can get to their second level status, platinum status, by spending $75,000 on the card, just to get the straight 75,000 points that you'd need to be a platinum. But this card has a great extra, and that is the card gives a bonus of 10,000 points when you reach 50,000 loyalty points. That's through flying or hotel portals or shopping portals, any of that. It gives you 10,000 extra. So that reduces, you'd only need 65,000 points to get to a mid-level status. Then when you hit 90,000 points, they give you another 10,000. So it makes it even easier to hit higher level statuses. So for 105,000 points, you could hit their third tier status, which is Platinum Pro. So that is a lot better. Now, I will say Delta also gives that 2,500 point credit at the beginning of the year. So that kind of helps you get a head start, which I think is really good. So that's why I ranked them the way that I did here. On the United Club card, it just gets a 2 out of 5 because it's just, you got to spend a fortune to get there with the card. The Delta card, because of that boost, because you get one for every $10 that you spend, I give it a 4 out of 5. And then the American Airlines World Elite MasterCard, I give a solid 5 out of 5 in this category because you can spend, it gives you that extra bonuses at 50,000 of 10,000 points, and then again at 90,000 of 10,000 more, and that helps you get to status a whole lot easier. And just because of the way the American Airlines system's set up, because you can also use the hotel platform, and you can use the shopping portal, and you can use Simply Miles, just so many different ways. This card is very, very powerful for earning status with American. The last category that we look at is lounge access. And all of them provide lounge access with their respective lounges. United with the United Club, American with the Admirals Club, and Delta with their Delta Sky Clubs. But when you look at that, it's kind of hard because you got to gauge. Delta, on one hand, gives you access also to Centurion lounges, which is American Express's specialty lounges, which is really great, but you can't take any guests in, and you're limited to 4 one-time passes for guests in the Sky Clubs with the Delta Reserve card, and then you got to start paying for gas. The other two, American and United, allow guests, up to 2 guests, when you're going in all the time, which is really a lot better. And the other thing about it is Delta limits you to 15 visits a year into their Sky Clubs with this card. And the other two, it's unlimited. You can go as many times as you want. I went well over 15 times last year into American Admirals Clubs. When I had a United Club card years ago, I went all the time into the United Clubs, and it wasn't an issue. So when we look at this, I think that really the United and the American cards are the same. And Delta, even though you get the Centurion Lounge access because you don't get guests and you're limited to the number of times, I've got to rank them a little bit lower. So I think the Delta Reserve is a 3 out of 5 on lounge access, and both the United Club card and the American Airlines Executive card are a 4 out of 5 on lounge access. So where does that bring us to? Well, when we add it all up, in last place, the United Club card comes in with 20 points. If we add up all of their scores from fees and multipliers, credits, signups, perks, status earning lounges, it all comes out to 20 out of 35 total points. The Delta Reserve has a total score of 22 out of 35 when you consider all those different categories. And by my estimation, the winner of this contest is the American Airlines Executive World Elite MasterCard with a final score of 24 out of 35. Now, I will say, I've had all 3 of these cards. I currently have both the Delta Reserve and the American Airlines Executive card. I've had the United Club card, and in fact, I had that one for 7 or 8 years. So I've used them all. I've experienced all the experiences that each one has to offer. And I do think that this kind of comes out to where I would rank them myself. If I was just not looking at a scoring method, but just kind of revealing my own personal experience, that's exactly how I'd see it. The United Club card is fairly good if you're a frequent United traveler, but not as good as the Delta Reserve, and none of them are quite as good as the American Airline Executive card. So I hope that helps you as you're trying to decide which card's right for you, which airline you're going to fly. Now, of course, you might be stuck to a hub and you got to choose one or the other, but if you have a choice, hopefully this video is helpful to you as I ranked each one of these cards. If you would, again, please hit the like and subscribe button. You also can look into my channel membership. It's just $2.99 a month, and you can cancel at any time. I have special videos. I do travel redemption videos on there to tell you great deals in business class to different destinations. So check that out as well. Hope you have a great day, and we'll see you here next time.